Hi, this is Mrs. Broden. Today we're going to talk about the surface area of cylinders using formulas. So real quick review, we're going to shade the base and mark the height. Remember that a base is a three-dimensional figure, is the face of a three-dimensional figure by which the figure is measured and classified, and they are parallel and congruent. Well, in a cylinder, they're real easy to find because they are circles. Okay, which means remember that the height is what connects the two bases. And so there is my height. It doesn't matter if the cylinder is laying down or standing up. The height is what connects the two bases. So first definition is total surface area. So we have already defined this. It is the sum of areas of all faces or surfaces of a figure. So then we can go to our formula chart and we can look up the formula for the surface area of a cylinder. And what we can see is that we're going to use pi. So 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. Now, one thing I do want you to see is this is very, very similar, in fact, the exact same thing, to pH plus 2b that we learned for prisms in the past note set, okay? What this is, this 2 pi r right here, that is the circumference around, which if I were to unfold this, if you think about making the net of that figure, if I were to unfold it, you would have the circles on either end. That circumference makes up the perimeter or the distance around that circle. So that stands for the P. Then the height is what connects the two bases. And then BR squared, or pi r squared, remember, is the formula for the area of a circle, which is the same as big B, the area of the base. So I just want you to see that we're really using the same formula that we have been using, but we're going to use pi instead. And we do want to use the actual pi button on our calculator and not 3 or 3.14. I know in past years without calculators, you've used that, but we want to be as accurate as possible. So we are going to always use the pi button. So the H, again, is the height or the distance between the bases. The R is the radius. And remember that the radius is from the center point of the circle halfway. Diameter would be all the way across. And then this symbol stands for pi, which use the pi button unless we tell you otherwise. You might have one or two that we say use something else, but use the pi button unless it says otherwise. So 2 pi RH, that first part of the equation, is the lateral area of the cylinder. That is all the sides. 2 pi r squared is the area of the bases, the two circles. Since the formula asks for the radius of the circle, what would we need to do if we were given the diameter instead? Well, remember the diameter is all the way across, so we would divide the diameter by 2. to get our radius. Okay, so let's go ahead and work out a few problems. And these are set up very similar to the last note set. Notice here it says find the total surface area, shade the bases, and mark the height. So Here's my bases. Since my height is what connects them, that is going to be my height. We are going to name them. Should be pretty easy for all these. They're all cylinders. We're going to circle which one we want, total or lateral, and we've only learned about total so far, so that's the one we want. And we want to write the formula, which is 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. So then it's going to ask us, what is the radius? Well, they gave it to us. It's 3. What is the height? We already marked it. It's 8. So now we are going to show our work and plug in everything into our formula, and then we can use the calculator to do the rest. So 2 pi, we're going to replace r with 3 and height with 8, plus 2 pi, and we're going to square r. Remember, this is not 3 times 2, it's 3 times itself, so 3 squared. Now you can go in and plug all of that into your calculator using the pi button, not 3 or 3.14, and we'll round our answer to the nearest tenth. So I'll give you a second to do that. And you should have gotten 207.3. Remember, this is area, so it's centimeters squared. So we always want to write the units. Okay, so let's look at number 2. Again, we want the total surface area, and we're going to shade the bases again, which this one is laying on its side, but the bases are still the circles. And remember, we're going to mark the height, and the height is what connects the two, so 6 is our height. So again, it's a cylinder. We still want total because we haven't learned about lateral yet. So 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. So radius, if you look here, they gave us the diameter. We just talked about what we need to do in order to find the radius, and that would be to divide the diameter in half because we only want halfway. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. We marked our height as 6. So now we just plug it in. Now, a common mistake is for people to use that 14, so be very careful about that. We are going to use our pi button. 2 pi times 7 times 6 plus 2 pi 7 squared. So in the calculator, you may want to use parentheses around the 7 and the 6. You can't just type in 7, 6 without a multiplication or something like that in between, okay? So again, we're going to round to the nearest tenth, which is 1 decimal place. So go ahead and pause if you need to. I want you typing it into your calculator so that you can see that you're getting the answer I get and not just following along with me. So take a second to do that and unpause when you're ready to see the answer. And I got 571.8 inches squared because it was 0.769. So that 6 rounded my 7 to an 8. So that is how it is rounded to the nearest tenth. Make sure you typed it into the calculator and we're able to get that answer. So now we're going to move on to lateral surface area. We did define this in the last note set, but we're going to define it again. So remember that it is the sum of the faces or the surfaces of a figure, not including the bases. Therefore, it's only the first part of our total surface area equation. It's just the 2 pi RH, or the pH from last time. Again, we'll go ahead and define that the h is the distance between the bases. That the r is the radius of the base. And that the pi is the pi, but use the pi button. All right, so when would we use lateral surface area per cylinder in real life? So I'd say there are lots of ways. If you think about a soup can, the label on the can goes around the sides of it, but not on the top or bottom. So labels on cans are example of lateral surface area. How about toilet paper rolls? They're open at the top and the bottom. So all you have cardboard around the sides. Let's even throw in another one, straws. Drinking straws, they don't have bases on the top or bottom. They're hollow, so it's just looking at the faces of that cylinder. All right, so now we can see that it says find the lateral surface area. It still wants us to mark our bases, which are always going to be our circles. And it does want us to label the height, which in this case would be 11. And it wants us to name it just like what we're used to. And then lateral. So my lateral formula is just 2 pi RH, but I still got to know what the R and the H are. They did give me just the radius in the picture, so I'm going to write 2. And we already labeled that our height was 11. So we're going to plug that in. 2 pi and times the radius of 2 times the height of 11. Go ahead and put that into your calculator and round to the nearest tenth, 1 decimal place. And when I did that, I got 138.2 feet squared. All right, so I would like you to try this last one on your own. So go ahead and pause the video and hit play when you are ready to check your answers. So if you noticed, and hopefully you caught this, they gave you the diameter and not the radius. So I had to divide 17 in half in order to get my radius of 8.5. So hopefully you used 8.5 in your formula instead of 17. The height is what connects the two bases, and it was 8 when I did 2 pi times 8.5 times 8. And rounded it to the nearest tenth, I got 427.3, don't forget the units, millimeters squared. Okay, so we have a word problem to finish this out. How much cardboard will be needed to make the package for 1 can of Pringles? Are we looking at lateral or total? So let's think about a Pringles can. Well, we know it's open at the top because that's where the lid goes, and that's how we get our Pringles out of it. But if you've ever held a Pringles can, you'll know that the bottom is actually aluminum. It is not cardboard. So we only need cardboard around the edges. So because of that, we would choose lateral. So again, we're still going to name the shape. It's a cylinder. We decided we wanted lateral. So then we've got to say, well, that's just the first half of the total equation. So 2 pi RH. Over here, it tells us that the D equals 3. Remember that D is diameter. We want the radius. So 3 divided by 2 would give us a radius of 1.5. So one thing that is not on there is the height. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the height. We are going to say that the height is 9 inches. That would obviously be very important to solving the problem. So our formula was 2 pi RH. So it's 2 pi times 1.5 times 9. So if we multiply that out, we get 84.8 inches squared. Now it does say, so that's for 1 can. Once you find out how much cardboard you would need to make 1 can of Pringles, could we find out how much we need for 10 cans? Well, sure we could. If we know that 1 has 84.8 inches, we just multiply that by 10, and we know that we would need 848 inches squared for 10 cans. What about for 100 cans? Well, we would take our 1 can and multiply it by 100 and see that we would need 8,480 inches squared for 100 cans. So that's it for solving the surface area of cylinders.